Alright, anime people, lock in. This isn't a safe list. This is pure 2026 adventure energy. Big worlds, emotional damage, god-tier animation, and characters with insane aura. If you love journeys that change you, this list matters. Number 6. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Steel Ball Run. You think you're ready for peak JoJo? Be honest, are you actually ready? Because Steel Ball Run doesn't just continue JoJo, it reinvents it. I'm going to be straight with you. This is Araki in his final form, aura farming on a global scale. Horses sprinting across America, dusty sunsets, and a vibe so gritty you can almost taste the sand in your mouth. At first glance, it looks like a race anime. Simple goal, right? Get from point A to point B. That's the lie. The race is just the excuse. What you're really watching is ambition, obsession, faith, and morality colliding at full speed. Every stage of the Steel Ball Run feels dangerous, not just physically, but emotionally. The camera work during the horse races is insane, especially when the animation leans into motion blur and exaggerated impact frames. You feel the speed in your bones. Johnny Joestar is one of the most painfully human JoJo protagonists ever. He's bitter, insecure, and desperate, and watching him evolve alongside Gyro Zeppeli is pure character chemistry crack. Gyro isn't just comic relief, he's philosophy, culture, and swagger wrapped in one man. Their conversations during quiet campfire scenes hit just as hard as stand battles. And speaking of stands, they're less flashy, more tactical, more psychological. Every fight feels like a chess match where one wrong move means instant humiliation or death. The OST leans western, lonely, almost mournful, perfect for long desert shots that scream isolation. If you love character-driven adventure, morally grey heroes, and evolution that feels earned, Steel Ball Run isn't optional. This is god tier. This is Emiverse anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Number 5, Daemons of the Shadow Realm. This anime smiles at you, then drags you into the dark without warning. Daemons of the Shadow Realm is one of those shows where the atmosphere does half the storytelling. From episode 1, the world feels wrong. Shadows linger too long, silence hangs too heavy, and danger feels close even when nothing is happening. The twist? This isn't a loud anime. It's quietly terrifying. The art direction leans heavily into muted colours, heavy blacks, and sharp lighting contrasts. Every daemon encounter feels suffocating, like the air itself doesn't want you there. And the sound design? Minimalist, scratchy, uncomfortable. Sometimes there's no music at all, just footsteps, breathing, and that creeping feeling something's behind you. The sibling dynamic at the core of the story is what makes it hit different. Their bond isn't anime perfect, it's messy, strained, full of unspoken guilt. When they're separated, the show lets the silence speak. You feel the loneliness, you feel the fear, that's rare. Action scenes are fast and brutal. No flashy power-ups, just raw survival. Daemons aren't enemies you overpower, they're problems you barely escape. The animation emphasizes awkward angles and sudden movement, making every fight feel unpredictable and real. If you love dark fantasy, unsettling worlds, and tension that never lets you relax, don't watch this half asleep. It's a sleeper hit that claws into you. Number 4. Sentenced to be a hero. Imagine saving the world and being punished for it. That's the core insanity of Sentenced to be a Hero, and yeah, it goes hard. This anime takes the heroic fantasy template and flips it into something bitter, brutal, and uncomfortably real. The world is vibrant on the surface, glowing magic, polished armor, heroic fanfare, but the twist is the system behind it. Heroes aren't chosen, they're condemned. Every mission feels less like destiny and more like forced labor. The show does a fantastic job contrasting epic visuals with soul-crushing context. You'll watch a beautiful battle scene, then immediately feel sick, realizing what it cost the characters. Animation-wise, this thing is explosive. Magic fights are sharp, violent, and loud, but never mindless. Every clash has weight. The camera shakes, spells distort the environment, and the OST goes from triumphant to hollow in seconds, reinforcing that nothing here is truly glorious. Character dynamics carry the emotional load. The protagonist isn't some wide-eyed savior, he's exhausted, sarcastic, and slowly breaking. Side characters feel real too, each coping differently with being labelled heroes by a society that won't lift a finger to help them afterward. If you're tired of shallow power fantasies and want an adventure that questions heroism itself, this is absolute fire. Watch it if you like pain with your action. Number 3. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, Season 2. What if the adventure already ended and the emotions just started catching up? Frieren Season 2 doesn't raise its voice. It destroys you gently. This isn't about defeating a demon king. It's about time slipping through your fingers while you're not looking. The animation remains soft, serene, and almost dreamlike. Long shots, slow pans, and quiet environments do more work than dialogue ever could. The OST feels like nostalgia in audio form, light piano, airy strings, and silence used as a weapon. What makes Season 2 special is how it deepens relationships. Frieren's understanding of humanity continues to evolve, and watching her process emotions she ignored for decades is quietly heartbreaking. Small moments, sharing a meal, revisiting a town, remembering a smile, hit harder than any boss fight. Action scenes are rare but gorgeous. Magic feels ancient, controlled, and deliberate. When battles happen, they're over quickly, reinforcing that violence isn't the point. Reflection is. This season leans into memory, loss, and legacy. You'll think about your own life without meaning to. Who you forgot, who you took for granted. It's that kind of show. If slow burn emotional damage is your thing, Frieren Season 2 will ruin you in the best way possible. Don't rush it. Sit with it. Number 2, One Piece Elbaf arc. You thought One Piece couldn't feel massive anymore? Elbaf says hi. This arc is adventure in its rawest form. Giants, myths, history, legacy. Every frame feels larger than life, and the animation team absolutely flexes here. Wide shots, towering scale, and colour palettes that scream legend. Elbaf isn't just another island. It feels ancient, like the world itself remembers things the Straw Hats don't. The OST leans heavy on drums and choir tones, giving everything a mythological weight. This arc reminds you why One Piece is special. Freedom, dreams, and inherited will, all turned up to 11. If you love epic world building and long-term payoff, Elbaf is pure adventure dopamine. Number 1. Scum of the Brave. This is not a hero story. This is what crawls out after hope dies. Scum of the Brave is raw, chaotic, and unapologetically nasty, and that's why it works. The world is hostile, muddy, and morally rotten. The animation is sharp, dirty, and aggressive. Fights are ugly. Victories feel wrong. The protagonist is deeply flawed, selfish, and brutally honest. Watching him survive feels less like triumph and more like inevitability. The OST is distorted, heavy, and oppressive, perfect for a story where survival is the only currency. Every episode feels dangerous. No safety nets, no moral lectures, just consequences. If you want pure chaos, zero hand-holding, and an adventure that doesn't care about your comfort, this is number 1. All right, I've said my piece. Which one are you backing? Which one did I underrate? Which one deserves the crown? Argue with me respectfully or don't in the comments.